The Simone Rocha show draws inspiration from ballet dancers, but not on stage, in those quiet, almost suspended moments between rehearsals. What we're looking at here is a more intimate collection, where volume fades away in favor of softer layering and a much more inward approach. And you'll understand how this shift completely transforms the way she builds a silhouette. Hello my dear fashion enthusiasts, I'm so happy to have you here, and today I'm taking you to London, right in the heart of Fashion Week, to experience the Simone Rocha Spring Summer 2025 show, presented in a nearly hushed atmosphere where everything feels designed to slow your gaze and create a sense of intimacy. From the very first looks, what stands out is this intention to quiet things down. Simone Rocha hasn't disappeared. Her world is still very much present, but it feels restrained, almost held back. You can sense she's searching for something else. Less dramatic volume, fewer silhouettes that dominate the space. Here she opens the garment, she looks inside it, and that completely changes how we read the show. The ballet influence is clearly there, but it's handled with a lot of precision. This isn't an idealized or decorative vision. Instead, we're in those in-between moments when dancers are covering up, warming up, resting. The tutus bring volume, but always with softness. The long slit coats tied at the back structure the silhouette, almost like a discipline imposed on more fluid forms. What I really like here is this constant feeling of layering. Knits, lightweight fabrics, sheer textures. Everything comes together to create something very enveloping. It almost feels like the silhouettes are protecting themselves, and that gives the clothing a much more human reading. Less theatrical, more grounded in reality. There's also a recurring detail that adds a strong emotional layer. The carnations, inspired by the work of Pina Bausch. They're not just decorative. They appear in bodices pinned onto jackets placed along collars, creating a presence that is both subtle and striking. It's delicate, but it brings a real emotional depth to the collection. The color palette supports this idea perfectly. Soft pinks, deeper reds, black, and more muted, milky tones. Nothing feels aggressive. Everything is built to create a slightly melancholic, almost fragile atmosphere. You can feel both grace and fatigue, that very specific balance that belongs to the world of ballet. Some pieces are even much simpler in appearance. A draped tea-colored silk dress, a pink satin anorak, delicate underlayers. And that's where the collection becomes truly interesting. Simone Rocha introduces a more understated kind of luxury, less demonstrative. But at the same time, it raises a question. Does this restraint reduce the immediate impact we usually associate with her work? Because there is a real strength in this more intimate, more controlled approach. You can feel the reflection behind it, the desire to push her language further. But some silhouettes require more attention. They don't reveal themselves instantly. And that might be the limit of this show. What I find compelling is that this collection doesn't try to convince you right away. It settles in, it unfolds gradually. Simone Rocha isn't changing her universe. She's looking at it differently. She moves from something very visible to something more internal, almost more personal. Thank you for being here with me. Let me know in the comments what you think about this evolution in Simone Rocha's work. And I'll see you very soon for another fashion breakdown. Take care and stay inspired.